What is up, RC enthusiasts? Back here with another review for you guys. I have another RC from HBX or Haiboxing. I'm a big fan of their RCs because most of them are pretty reliable and they build them pretty well. I like the way they run most of the time. They're not the fastest out there, they're not the highest performance, but usually they perform well enough and you can get parts for them and everything. I think they're built pretty well enough to be considered more hobby grade than any of the other, less known brands. So let's go ahead. This one is not new. This one's been out for a while now, but I finally got my hands on one and I do like this model because, well, I'll let you know why pretty soon. Let's check it out. Here you go. This is the Violent SC, they call it right here, or the 3100a is what it's more known as, I guess. And this is the HBX or Haiboxing 3100a. This thing is brushless, 4-wheel drive, has got independent front suspension, trailing arm rear suspension, so it's kind of like a short course truck or a desert truck. More scale than the ARRMA Mojave Grom, which that one is more like a short course truck, racer, track kind of vehicle because it has independent all-around suspension. And it's just meant to handle better and stuff. And it's not really like how a short course truck or a desert truck is kind of built, like more like this one right here. This is a little bit closer to looking like it, so it should act a little bit more scale. So if you're more into the scale stuff, you'll probably like this one. And this is, like I said, this is not performance. If you're looking for more performance, the ARRMA Grom is where you're gonna be at. If you're looking for more bashability, straight line, nice looking suspension, articulation, probably this guy right here because of that trailing arm rear suspension. So let's go ahead and let's take a look in this box. Now let's open the garage to reveal our new short course truck. Check out the garage it comes in right here. Pretty cool detail, but it's a little bit too small for this scale, but it could be used for my other scale stuff for some nice background. So nice bonus right there. The back and front is the exact same. There's some vents up top like this, and the back part, exact same garage. Bam! Look at that. That's a pretty sweet little short course truck. Checking out the wheels right here. Seem to be foam filled. A little bit stiff feeling, but the rubber doesn't feel too bad. The grip seems to be alright, maybe. Should be good. Rear tire, same thing. Back here, as you can tell, we have two usable spares. So these are actual wheels and tires that you could use in case you do ruin one of these right here. Nice scale details right here. A light up here up front. This I think is a light as well. So let's go ahead and let's open this up and let's see what's inside this Lexan body. So when the body comes off, you're gonna have that wire right there attached to a controller board right here. So watch out for that, don't yank too hard, but it is on a bungee, so you should get some pretty good distance away from this without removing it. But I took it off to make it easier for us to see underneath this guy. So let's check it out. We have oil-filled shocks in the rear, oil-filled shocks in the front, and these are aluminum bodied oil-filled shocks. And it looks like we have a waterproof ESC right here, and this is Hobbywing branded. So this is a Hobbywing 3S capable ESC, 2 to 3S, that's right there. We have a separate receiver. That's the only thing I'm going to worry about, not being waterproof, but you can go ahead and conformal coat that or plasti dip it and make that waterproof as well. And here's your on and off switch and your brushless motor. Now mine came with an 1100 mAh 2S LiPo, and I've seen these come with different mAhs on their batteries, so don't really worry about it. They're very, very close to each other and they should perform pretty evenly. As you can see right here, we have a trailing arm rear suspension, which is more scale-like. Instead of the regular short course style chassis that's just meant for racing with independent front and rear suspension, this one has the independent front suspension, which is pretty normal for like a desert truck or short course truck, with this solid axle style trailing rear suspension. We have a metal drive shaft in the rear, and up front we have metal dog bones and out drives as well. This little truck should give us some pretty good reliability out the box, especially if you're just running 2S. But we're gonna run 3S on this since it's capable. And HBX, they don't really like to hype up their power numbers and stuff. They don't want to make their vehicles super powerful, hence making their vehicles very reliable for beginners. They're not the most powerful vehicles stock out the box, but they can handle some power, and this one can handle 3S. The rear differential seems to be locked, so the rear is going to be a solid axle pretty much just stuck together. And your front is going to be unlocked differential. So this is going to act just like a desert truck. Probably going to slide around the rear really well. And here's some little scale details at the bottom. Nothing much there. So underneath the truck, you're going to have the box right here, which you can open up this way. And you're going to have your transmitter right here with all your rates and everything. And here we're going to have an extra battery. There's another 1100 milliamp hour 2S sitting right there, and two chargers as well. We have a hex tool for your wheels. We have spare hexes, spare wheel nuts, a bind plug, it looks like. And here we have a spare link, spare axle shaft, and a spare, I don't know, spare something for an outdrive over there. So yeah, a couple spare things to keep you going. And your instruction manual with your stickers. Manual for the ESC, it looks like, programming. Another like card from Amazon. And a LiPo battery safety card. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this guy charged up, put some stickers on here, get you guys a nice montage, and then let's give this guy a good run. And here's the ARRMA Grom beside the Violent SC. Check that out. They look pretty good together. Maybe you need both. One racer, one basher. Oh, here we go. 2S speed test real quick. My dog is whining in the background, don't worry about him. Alright, that was pretty all out right there. Let me try that again. And it says 22 miles an hour. I don't know if you guys can see that on the screen, but 22 miles an hour right there. That's not bad for stock 2S. So now I'm running a 3S 1600 mAh. Fits perfect in here. I'll put a link to this battery if I could find it online, but I believe I had a hard time finding this battery, but I'll try to find something similar if I can't find this one. But now 3S speed run. So it's 22 miles an hour on 2S and 33 on 3S. I don't know if I got that recorded. I might have been pressing record while recording and stop while talking, so sorry for that. Just in case you guys didn't see that. Oh! It's a beast. Oh, instant rollover. So yeah, solid rear axle. It's also a fully locked rear axle. And the front is, you know, open differential. So it makes it really handle pretty scale. So you'll be able to slide it out like this really easily compared to the Mojave. Oh, but it's squirrely. Could probably use a gyro, actually. My opinion. And this is still 3S, guys. Oh. If I could just teach him to flip the trucks over, that'd be sweet. Let's put it on the grass. See how it does on the grass. Go get it! Go get it! There you go, it's puppy learning how to chase an RC car. Sweet donuts, obviously, with a solid rear axle. Yeah, this thing could definitely benefit from a gyro for sure. But it's fast and it's fun, and you have to drive it a lot more scale than the Grom. The Grom, you can pretty much go all out. It's pretty stable. Get it! Get it! Yeah! I don't think he's trying to get it. He's just trying to race it. So I'd say this is pretty decent speed right here. You know, it's not blistering speeds or anything, but oh, enough to flip it. Traction roll. That's pretty fast in my opinion. Maybe if you can acquire an open rear diff, it'll help this thing handle a little bit better. The suspension is what you're looking at with this truck, you know, just watching that nice solid rear axle travel, and just a lot of travel. Even the ISF front of this thing has got a lot of travel. A lot more travel than the Grom, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, a full throttle on 3S, it likes to spin out. Probably a lot more controllable on 2S. But who doesn't want to make this thing fast, right? And to me, 3S is plenty fast, especially for the scale nature of this vehicle. It just looks epic driving around. I mean, that's just me though, you know, I'm the kind of person that can drive this around like this and enjoy it. Some people just have to be full blast all the time. And the range on this guy, pretty good. Never really had any much issue with this transmitter. And this transmitter they've been using for a while now. And I'm not full throttling at all, I'm just cruising, enjoying the suspension travel and soaking up the dirt. Oh, that didn't soak that up at all. Ooh, oh. So yes guys, it's a traction roll machine. Definitely more scale driving necessary. If you've ever driven the low C SBR, the Super Baja Ray, it's kind of like that. You have to be very skilled with it. You can't just full on bash. But that thing has an AVS, which is their gyro stability. So it's a lot more stable than this. This thing could definitely benefit from it. Maybe I will transfer over a gyro onto this guy and see how it drives after that. Yeah, that's a lot of fun, guys. All I can say. I don't have much stuff to break it on here. No jumps, really. And I also forgot to mention on this one right here, the rear shocks, I actually twisted the preload collars down a little bit until you can't see the threads anymore on the collar or on the shock body. And that's how much preload I gave it, just to give it some preload for those two tires back there because it was kind of sagging at the rear. And now it seems to handle pretty all right and a lot more scale, you know, off-road desert trucky. Oh, he almost took you out, buddy. Oh, that was head-on collision. Well, there you go, guys. I don't know what to do here. Maybe another video on this guy next time, but for now, this is definitely recommend for me. I like this little thing. Do I like it more than the Grom? Like I said, they're two different vehicles for two different things, so I do like both of them. But this one right here would definitely be something I would pick more than the Grom to take out on, you know, just maybe a camping trip, just to bash around the campsite and stuff. This is more something like that. And the Grom would be more, you know, track focused vehicle. But man, this thing in a straight line is a beast. That's fun, guys. All right, guys, thanks for watching as usual. And as always, stay safe out there, go have fun, and run that RC.